Hey y'all, what's good? What's up? How y'all doing? Welcome. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Look, my first little blooper. What's up? What's good? Welcome back to the Healing and Hope podcast series with your girl Nay. Let me get the water real quick. Real quick. Alright, watch out. How y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing good. I hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all had a good week, and I hope y'all have a better week, right? My week has been good. My week has been really good. Well, yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I cannot complain. I can never complain. I think complaining is hard, but I just try not to complain. You just have to like always. What I was taught this week was that you have to think outside of yourself, especially when you have something that you have to do or you need to get it done right. You have to think. You have to think outside of yourself. Like if you have something to do, like no matter like how, no matter how tired you are, you might be hungry, you might be a lot of things, but you cannot think about how tired you are or how hungry you are when you're like in your zone, when you're doing things, when you have something to do, right? You just have to do it. If it's what you're supposed to be doing, sometimes you just have to do it. You can't think about your physical situation. You can't think about what you're going through. You have to get it done until it's done. Like last night, I had to study for my test, y'all, and I hadn't ate all day. I was so tired. I went to the gym. It was a lot going on for me personally, and I just kept thinking like I kept thinking like you gotta have a winner's mindset. Like you gotta keep going. You gotta get through it. Like you just gotta. You feel this way, but you got to get this done. Because I had like a time period, even though I was still a little late with turning it in, I still had a time period, and it was like, I had to just keep telling myself, like, you just got to do it. I did, like, do half of my, like, study test, and then I ate because I was really feeling bad. And me, I know myself, so I know, like, for me, if I don't eat at least twice a day, like, if I go in, especially if I'm moving, like, I went to the gym, I done work, a lot of things, right? So, walk my dog, had a meeting, so if I have a lot of things that I'm doing in that day, and I only ate once, me, personally, I'm going to feel weak, I'm going to be tired, sick, so I had to stop and eat before I could finish, but eating did give me energy, right? So, I was able to finish out my night, but when I tell you I crashed, crashed, right? But ultimately, but also, like, despite all of that, like, if you got something that you got to do, just do it. Y'all, I hope my hair don't look crazy. I hope it don't look crazy. I don't know how it look, but if it look crazy, I'm going to just have to deal with it, right? Because I cannot see myself. I don't have my glasses on. And I don't like recording with my glasses on. So, and this is one take. I'm not doing it over. I'm not about to stop and say, oh, how does my hair look? I'm wondering, but I don't have time for that. Like, the podcast is something that I'm literally squeezing in. And I'm only doing it once a week. I'm literally squeezing it in to an already busy schedule. But that's how much I love y'all, and that's how much I want to just speak my message, and just actually, it just helps me pour out my own heart, and it helps me to really be able to, just share with you guys. And I'm so glad it's not the ball that squeaks. Please don't get the ball that squeaks. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. That was my little intro. I don't have like a movie intro. I'm actually on a media fast. Yes. And honestly, I'm not like, I'm actually okay with it because I really don't be on social media anyway. Like, I pop in and I pop out. So, I'm actually okay with the media fast, right? But it's every time I've, like, actually had an intentional fast from, like, social media and TV, it's just always, it's like it calls you even more, right? So, it's very hard. But, yeah, so I haven't watched a movie, so I won't give y'all, like, a movie play-by-play today. But this topic, the name of, and it's so crazy because I really wanted to switch the topic so bad, right? Like I've been having this topic for like 2 or 3 days now. I mean, I wanted to, but something else has been coming into my heart, and I want to switch it so bad. But I'm like, I'm gonna wait because although I can talk about it now, I think it'll be better if I waited to talk about it because I'm actually in the process of it. So I think I need to really go through it before I can speak about it. Like it's on the horizon, but I haven't really actually experienced. I've actually experienced it, but like I'm about to experience it again. So the fact that I want to talk about it and have more wisdom about it, more experience to go with it, is like okay, let me wait. That's how excited I be, right? But anyway, so today's episode is called At Your Pace, right? And I wanted to do this one because, you know, in today's time, you see a lot of people just literally going nowhere fast. Like hustle culture, you know, I gotta get it, you know, comparison culture, you know, everybody's on social media and you get to see like I think one time I saw how we have access to stuff that we probably shouldn't even see. Like somebody who lives like lavishly, we wouldn't even see it if it wasn't for social media. So it's like we have stuff to compare ourselves to, compare our lives to, right? And in my opinion, like honestly, I feel like that messes with people's heads, right? And it does something where it's like, you know, I need to be doing better. Like I need to be doing more. Like I need to go and get more. I need to have more. I'm not like you are measuring your life compared. I feel like something is on my eye. It's like I see it, but I don't know. It's just about to stay there, or maybe it's on my. I don't know. But anyways, I see it in my peripheral vision, so I'm like, what is that? But anyways, yeah. Um, so I just really wanted to touch on it because it's just a topic that I really, really been wanting to talk about because honestly, I've learned to go at my own pace. And I've learned to slow down, right? You know, I've learned to not compare myself. I've learned to not measure myself according to what I do not have and what I do have. So, y'all know I love my definition. So, my first definition, well, my only definition is actually, you know, when you want to talk about something, you want to know what it is, right? So, even if we're talking about like at your pace, okay, so what is pace, right? So, pace is a single step taken when walking or running. So also it's like a consistent and continuous speed in walking, running, or moving. Um, and also just in a verb, used as a verb, it's like a walk at a steady and consistent speed, you know, right? Um, so I just said the same thing 3 times, but yeah. It's like just slow and steady wins the race, you know. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Like, what are we rushing to? Like, what are we rushing into? And when I was doing this, I didn't have no notes. I got like 6 notes because I was like, man, you don't need no notes for this. Like, you really don't. Like, you just got it because it's experience. So this one is pure experience. So, um, and I'm hungry. So if I hear my stomach, excuse my stomach. I don't know when I'm gonna eat because I'm a little backed up on my schedule, so I don't know when I'm going to eat. So, yeah. But, yes. So, I was like, yeah, this is... Because I know what it looks like to be in hustle culture. I know what it looks like to, like I said, compare, you know. And now I'm not like a hustle, gotta go get it, you know, motion. I got motion. How people say it these days. I'm not that girl. Um, I've literally learned to be content with what I have, whether it's a little or a lot, and you know, that's Bible, that's Paul, right? I think that's Paul. Could be Peter. Don't quote me on that one. I'm gonna have to check for y'all. I'm gonna have to run it back and check, but I think it was Paul. Let me check. Let me fact check. Yeah, I was right, Paul. Okay. Yes. Anyways, I have to like make sure. But yeah, like I've learned to be content, you know, and I had to go through a lot to get there. It's not easy. But in a world, yes, in a world where everyone is going nowhere fast, you have to learn how to go at your pace, right? You have to learn to one step at a time, one foot in front of you, and one foot in front of another. You have to. I have to slow down when I talk too. I just be so. But yes, like you have to do things at your pace. Do things how you you have to do what's best for you, what works for you. You cannot look to the left, to the right, to the front, you know, behind. You cannot do that. You have to pay attention. You have to focus. You have to concentrate on your own life, right? And like I said, I don't need these notes because I don't say all the notes just in one sentence. But and you have to recognize that, like you have to get out of the mindset of I got to be doing this, I got to be doing that. And a lot of people won't admit it that the reason they have that mindset is because they looking at everybody else's life around them. People won't admit that. It's okay. It's okay to admit that. Like even me, another reason why I don't get on social media because I do sometimes like I have the thought of like wanting to compare myself, you know, but then I have to recognize like, and not like in like a looks way, but in a way of like, how do I say this? Yeah, like in a way of how fast my life is going, or you know how my life looks, right? And I had to really like catch myself, like that's not, you know, like you know who you are, you know what your purpose is, you know why you're here, you know why your life looks the way it looks, right? Not saying, and I'm not saying that my life is amazing, my life is wonderful, my life is beautiful, actually, you know. Like I said, I want to be content with a little or a lot, right? So it's just I'm just telling you guys that I know that a lot of people compare themselves because it's so easy for me to want to do the same thing when I get on social media and I see all this stuff. Like it's easy. It's easy for us to look and that's why I brought it up because I'm like a lot of people won't admit it, but just it's okay to admit it. It's okay to be like, yeah, you know, I do compare my life sometimes. You don't even gotta be on social media. You might go around certain family members, certain friends, and you might literally be comparing yourself to their journey, to their life, without even realizing it. Like, you know, wanting what they want. I mean, wanting what they have, or wishing your life looked the same way, or trying to figure out why your life isn't going the way their life is going, you know. And then like once you have those type of thoughts, you start to have movements within your life that start to, what's the word? I can't think of the big word to use, so I'm gonna just emulate, I think. So it starts to look like their life because you already had made the thought of like, why doesn't my life look like I want my life to look like I want that in my life. Like I want to be doing what this person is doing, even if it's not exactly what that person is doing, because you might not want to do what that person is doing, but you may want the amount of money that they're making, or you want the accomplishments that they have. So now you have to go and try to figure out how you can do the same thing. So you're emulating. I think that's the right word. Emulating. I'm gonna look it up because I'm like, low key in my heart, I'm still like a low key. I'm not like a perfectionist, but like I just want to make sure I'm right. I'm using the right word. Yes, imitation. Yeah, okay. So emulating, right? So it's okay. It's okay if that's how you think when you are on social media or you're around other people, family, friends, whatever it may be. It's okay to admit that. Like there's nothing wrong with it, right? But I'm here. My message is to say, go at your own pace. Like in a world where everything is just so fast and so what my mentors say is instant gratification, where you just gotta have it, need it, gotta slow down. Slow down, because when you slow down, that's when you find the beauty in life and in your life. When you slow down, that's when you can really recognize where you're going. When you slow down, that's when you can really see yourself. When you slow down, that's when you can really see where you headed, where you are and where you headed. When you slow down, like that's when you really get to look back and reflect, when you slow down, you can finally learn your lessons so that you can implement your lessons. When you slow down, you have time. You know, when you stop comparing, when you stop trying to go after this or that just to say you did it, just to prove a point. Oh my God, your life just becomes, to make people proud of you, like your life just becomes so much better when you slow down, when you choose to go at your pace, one step at a time, doing what works for you, doing what's best for you, no matter what anybody else may think or say. Somebody else may think, oh, you, they might, oh, they might do all that. But it's like, so what? I think the biggest things that being happy with your life and where you are and where you're headed, when you know, like I was talking about in the last episode, when you know who you are, when you know yourself, you don't care if people turn up their nose to your life. If it's not up to par to theirs, so what? So what? A lot of people who live these up to par lives and going, got all this motion and they just doing all this and doing all that, they not happy. They're not happy. They're not happy. People can say, oh, I'm happy. Like, people can tell you anything. Like, let's just be real. People can tell you anything. People can say anything. People can literally tell you anything. Literally. Oh, y'all, that looked a little crazy, but I've been in the gym. Your girl thighs and legs is just, that was just too low for me. But yeah, people can tell you anything. So that's another reason why we shouldn't want anything anybody else want. We shouldn't compare ourselves, because literally you don't really know what somebody else is going through to obtain what they have, right? So just go at your own pace. Just make it work for you. Nobody else, just you. Like, don't look up, don't look down, don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Just one foot in front of the other. Even if you gotta crawl, that's another thing my mentor said. Even if you gotta crawl to where you're trying to go, it does not matter. Ultimately, the biggest thing that I am taught, that I was taught, and I'm still taught, is not to care what people think. And I think that's when you gain the confidence within your life to live your life freely, because you don't care. You don't care. Because you know who you are, you know why you're here, you know what you're doing, you know where you're headed, you know where you're going. And when you know that, and when it's clear to you, all that other stuff is just, it's just that. It's just noise in the background. It's just distraction, right? So, go at your pace. And I've been on this path for, I don't even know, 3 years? 3 years? And I'm still on this path. Because I've learned to pace myself. I don't know what the end looks like. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what the end looks like. But I've paced myself, I've said, no matter what, I'm going to walk this path. No matter what, I'm going to keep going. No matter what, this is my life. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm choosing to do. So if my life looks different from somebody else, it's like I no longer care. If somebody thinks like, oh, she should be doing this, or why she don't do this, or she got 2 degrees, but you have to learn that material things should never define who you truly are, right? When I die, the 2 degrees cannot go with me. The money, the car, the house cannot go with me, right? So we have to remember that, like, while we're out here trying to like compare ourselves and kill ourselves for something, like, it's not gonna go with you. It's not going with you. We came into this world with nothing, so nothing is really ours, right? At the end of the day. So my message is to pace yourself, and it's okay if your life does not look like somebody else's. It's okay. It's okay. Whoever this is for, it is literally okay. Slow down. What are we rushing to? Like, that's my question. What are you guys rushing to? What are you trying to? Where are you trying to, like? Because my thing is always like, if you're chasing after something, you're gonna always be chasing after something. I think it's when you start to slow down and you start to appreciate life and your own life. You recognize that you don't have to chase after anything. You don't have to chase after anything. It comes when it's supposed to come. It comes when it's supposed to come. You will receive it when you're supposed to receive it, because it's that moment that you slow down and you start taking your time that you're able to really grow. You know, and you're able to transform and change so that you can become the person that can receive. I was just telling my sisters, like, y'all are so spoiled. Like, y'all get a lot of things that y'all don't even take care of. That's kind of like people today. Like, y'all, people just chase after things, right? I'm not judging. This is literally a message, because I want people to slow down and go at your own pace. Like, people are chasing after things that they don't even take care of, and that can. And I'm not saying like, oh, somebody chase after the car and then they, like, somebody goes and they purchase the biggest car they want and they don't take care of it. Not like that. Like, think a little bit deeper. Just think a little bit deeper on that. You know, we don't really value it for real. We just want it. Just to say we did it, just to say we have it. Even with, not even material things, even with accomplishments. Somebody worked that hard to become something. Just to get on Facebook and say, I got it. And then, like, cries themselves to sleep every night. Think about it. Oh, I just got that new Benz. But you're crying in the new Benz because you're sad and you're depressed and you're still trying to figure out your purpose, and you know you're still not satisfied with life just because you got that new Benz. You know, you don't work so hard for this, for that. You know, relationships too. Even with relationships, you have to learn how to slow down and allow even love to come to you. You know, you have to slow down in that area too. I was just talking to a friend tonight about relationships, about how sometimes we really have to slow down. We really have to look at ourselves, and we really have to continue to heal ourselves within and become whole before we can really give to another person. And then we need to we need to allow another whole person to find us, or however that works. I'm not going to get into all that. But I would say 2 whole people. Right? And the best thing about going at your own pace is that, like, you just get to enjoy it. Like, for me, like, I just been doing my thing, you know. Even in my healing journey, I had to learn how to slow down and just allow it to, you know, the first thing I can remember is when I first started my healing journey, like, I wanted to, like, everything just happen. Like, I want to be going to bed on time. You know, I want to be eating healthier. All within 6 months. All within a year. I literally didn't start eating healthier till, like, this year. And like I said, I've been on my journeys for 3 years. Because it's like it's literally one thing at a time. And you have to allow it to flow into your life. You gotta allow your journey to flow. You know. You gotta allow it to flow. Like, even now I'm going to the gym. But 2 or 3 years ago, it wouldn't have been possible. Honestly. Why? Because I didn't have the time for the gym. I was still smoking. Still doing whatever, still doing a lot of things. But it's like, now that I've grown so much and I've allowed my life to flow to where it is now. It's like, now I have time and I have the energy and I have the strength and the mindset to get in the gym. Because I've always been a holistic girl, like, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, socially. Like, that it should be well-rounded. You should be you should become a well-rounded person on the journey, right? That should be the goal, where you're well-rounded and balanced and healthy in all areas. That's always been my thing. And so, because it's always been my thing, when I started my journey, I've always been trying to rush it. Like, I need to be eating good. Like, I need my mental to be good. Like, I don't need to be depressed. I don't need to be anxious. Like, I need to be going to bed on time. Like, I need to be exercising. I need to be doing yoga. I need to be doing all these things, like, right in there. Like, even with your journey, you need to, like, learn how to slow down on your journey. And if it's a season for spiritual health, allow your spirit to be nurtured, fed. If it's a time for mental, like, it's a time for you to work on your mental. If it's a season for mental health, allow your mental to be nourished and fed. If it's a season for you to get yourself together emotionally, allow yourself to go through that as long as it takes. If it's a season for physical health, get right. Get right. So, like, that's what I mean. Like, I had to let my life start to flow. Like, the first thing I started working on really was my mental health. That's what I really first started working on. But I try to do everything else within that. But it wasn't possible. So my mental health was really the biggest thing. Then came my spiritual health. I tried to do mental and emotional, but I still struggle emotionally. So I would just say it was my season for, when I first got started, it was my season for my mental, for up here. And I still, it's never really a thing where it's like, oh, I'm just done. Because I still have to constantly train my mental, right? My thoughts, the way I'm thinking. And then it was my spiritual health. So it was mental, then it was spiritual. And listen, spiritual is lifelong. I'm going to tell you that. Like, everything is lifelong. But spiritual is just, I don't know, my spiritual, like, aspect of my life just shocked me, like, for real. But it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey spiritually, right? And I'm still, like, growing in that area every day. And then emotionally, like, because I got my mental right and I'm getting my spirit right, it helps with my emotions. It helps with me emotionally because, yeah, I've learned to regulate my emotions, but I still struggle. So being mentally good and being spiritually good helps you be emotionally good. Right? And then now I'm working on my physical, and I don't, as far as, like, my physical health, it's just it's a personal choice. I just personally want to be healthy, right? So, yeah. And then financially, that's getting there. So it's, I still got life to allow it to flow, if that makes sense. So, it's getting there. And it's been 3 years, but I've been going at my own pace. I've been allowing it to happen. Especially over the past year, I've been allowing things to just, I'm not rushing the healthy, whole, well-rounded Lanasia. I'm not rushing that process anymore. I don't know what she's gonna look like and at the end of it all. But I walk towards that. I look forward to that. And I take my time with it. And sometimes you have, and I cannot wait. I want to, like this week, I wanted to do a video on sacrifices, but I was like, I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it yet. But I had to make so many sacrifices. I had to make a lot of sacrifices on my journey, y'all. And making sacrifices is not easy. But it's a part of the process, too. It's a part of, being able to slow down and recognizing what you have to do, So that's when I say, like, it doesn't, that's why I say, like, you get to a point where you don't care what anybody thinks, because sometimes you're going to have to make sacrifices and you're going to have to do certain things that people around you or society might say, but you know why you're doing it. You know where you're headed. You know where you're going. So it's like, you making a small sacrifice for the greater of your life, for the greater good. It's gonna be worth it in the long run. So that's why it's important to not focus in on what's going on around you and on the voices and the distractions. When you know where you're going, you know where you're headed, you know what you're doing. So it's steady with the race. So go at your own pace. For real. Like, this is it's a really important message, because it's a lot of people rushing, it's a lot of people comparing, it's a lot of people doing a lot of things. But that's not the way. A lot of people want it like, I gotta be rich, I gotta you gonna always alright, I ain't gonna get into it so much, but yeah. I just keep going at my own pace. And personally, like I said, I'll be the first to admit it, like, it's hard. It's hard not to look. It's hard not to be like, But I just keep going. Because I think when you know your purpose in life, when you know who you are, that helps, That really helps. That really helps. So. And it's like, comparison is a battle that you're going to have to consciously fight. Especially those that spend a lot of time on social media. And you feel like your life could be better. You could be doing better. I can have this. I can have that. I don't dress like them. I don't make that much money. I don't have this car. I don't have that house. I don't have these kids. I don't have a family. Those are not my thoughts. But that's what people think. Like, that's what people think. So it's like, when you have, and I'm not saying that those are all your thoughts and when, but that's how people think naturally. Like, that's not, one person might think that have those thoughts when they think people's lives, and somebody might have another thought. That was just some example thoughts, right? Because, that's what I see on social media. Like, people with families, people with this car, that car. I'm like, oh, but me, like, I was that person. I'm like, okay, I just find my business when I'm on social media. Like, I have to train you have to train your mind, because, like I said, yeah, it's easy. Because I'm like, okay, for example, I'm 27. I'm not married. I don't want to be married. I don't want kids. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't want kids. I do want kids one day, but it's not like at the forefront of my life like it used to be. Like, it's not a goal for me, right? So, I see a cute baby and I'm like, oh, and then I have to, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy for those thoughts to come in my mind, like, or you see like a cute relationship and you're like, oh, wow, what is it? And then I have to, like, that's not my focus. That's not, I'm not focused on it. Like, that's the, and that I would say that for me, I would just give that example for myself. But there's a lot of thoughts that people have, that we naturally cannot help but to have when it comes to comparison, right? Society makes it hard for us to not compare our lives to people. But that's a battle that we're going to have to fight. If you struggle, you're going to have to consciously fight the battle of comparing yourself, comparing your life to other people, to other people's lives. Learn to be happy with what you have and what you got. That's how you get more. When you're thankful, when you're content. It's really when you just like making my way downtown. It's literally when you like that. That's when, like, and when I tell you blessings, like, if people think blessings are like this huge blessing, like blessings are not. Blessings are Oh, blessings are not the big things that happen. Like people like, oh, that's my blessing. I got blessed. When I tell y'all the blessing be in the little things, I mean you can't even see blessings. Those are blessings. It's not blessings are not the things that you can shout to the world and blessings are small. Blessings are small and they make the huge impact. They make a huge impact on your life. The biggest impact on your life. Like what? Wow. Wow. When you say like wow. So for real. So I just want people to slow down, y'all. Just slow down. Like I was saying, it's really when you just it's really when you just slow down, when you're not trying to prove a point, when you're not trying to seek validation, when you're not trying to chase. It's when you just put a pause and you say, you know what, I'm tired. When you be real with yourself, when you just say I'm tired, like I'm tired. It gotta be another way. And the way is to just slow down. Like, just slow down. Just slow down. And be okay with what you got. And be able to, when you slow down, like I was saying earlier, when you slow down, you're just able to see. When you slow down, you're just able to see. And then you can start to take one step, the next step, the next step. One thing with my walk with God is understanding that He just wants a little bit. He just wants some effort. And He'll do the rest. That's what I learned in my walk with God. He just wants to see. Even in the world, right? It's like you only gonna receive help if you want help. Right? So when you choose to say, I want to slow down, I want to go at my own pace, I don't want to keep killing myself. I don't want to keep being unhappy, unsatisfied. I really just want to enjoy my life, Because people think enjoying their life is going on vacation every 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 weeks, months. But 3 weeks later, you're back at work trying to get back the money that you just spent. And 2 weeks later, you crying about something, you stressed. Come on now, come on, somebody, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at myself because that was something. That was a church saying, but yeah. Anyways, we have to keep it real with ourselves. When you just okay, when you okay with, for example, I don't gotta go on vacation. I don't gotta do all that. I tell you, vacation can be anywhere. You make it when you at peace, when you really happy. When you really got joy, vacation can be anywhere. I'm not saying don't go on vacation, don't. I ain't say all that. Experience. I love to travel. I love to travel. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying don't allow that to be your purpose of why you do what you do, because you want instant gratification, because you want this right now, because you feel like you gotta go and get this, because you feel like you need to be doing that, you feel like you gotta have this, or people gonna look down on you, or they gonna have a negative opinion about your life if you don't have this or you don't have that, or because they got that, I need to get this. No, that should not how be. That should, my bad. Y'all already know. That should not be how you think. That should not be the purpose of why you do things. There should be a purpose behind everything you do. A real, genuine purpose. a real genuine. And I know this is, and that's why I said for this one, I really didn't need no notes for this one today, because I already knew I was just gonna let it go wherever it go. And if it's a message in everything I say, and if you can't keep up, I'm not for you. It's just. I'm trying to see if he's gonna stop. I'm gonna have to close the blinds. Stop. Baby. Hey, it's okay. So, and another thing that, like, another reason why I really did this topic was the gym. The gym really inspired. The gym really inspired this topic because I've been going to the gym, and sometimes I'm in the gym and I'm like, I be like overzealous at the gym. I be so overzealous, but I had to realize, like, even if it takes me an hour to do 3 sets of 20, that's how I remember it. Reps, whatever, I don't know what it is. I have to go at my own pace. And I have to go at my own pace, and I have to concentrate, and I have to breathe. Hold on, y'all. Get from over there. No, don't come get in my lap. Move. You're not being really rude. Yeah, you're being rude. You're being rude. Lay down. But yeah, yes, I realized, like, I have to, go at my own pace, and I have to concentrate, and I have to breathe. And so that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to tell y'all. Like that's. And sometimes I get my messages through things like that. So that's what I wanted to tell y'all. Like, go at your own pace. Like, slow down, breathe, concentrate on yourself and what you got going on, and take your time. Take your time in this life. In this life, man. I'm telling you, if y'all only knew. So, just take your time. Don't allow society, don't allow this world to take you out of here. Take you out the game. Like, for real. Really, just, you need to move. Move, my love. Go ahead. Don't do it. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:24 p.m.
Okay. It's about that time. But yes, that's my message for y'all. Learn to go at your own pace, and it's okay. People be like, I do go at my own pace. I can't go at my own pace. I don't be comparing myself to other people. Go watch my last video. Go watch your last video. It's time to be real. Stop. It's okay. I just admitted it. Sometimes I do that. In certain areas of my life that I had to make sacrifices, like I'm on social media and I see like, wow. I have to get right. I have to be like, okay, no. You know what you got going on. So just concentrate, breathe, and focus. Don't get off track. So just be real with yourself and say, yeah, sometimes I do that. Like, sometimes I do compare myself. Sometimes I do think I could be further in life. Sometimes I do think I'm behind. Sometimes I do think, this person has more than me. Sometimes I do wonder why my life isn't like this person. Sometimes I do wonder why, this person always get dead, but it just seems like I never, nothing never happens for me. You cannot think like that. You just really have to laser focus on your life, and you have to do what you got to do. Because what I was telling my friend earlier today too is that a lot of people don't they go my last message. A lot of people, they don't look at themselves. Like, one thing about me, I have to look at myself, and that's what makes me go at my own pace, because I'm able to look at myself and know what I need to do in order to continue to walk my path. I know what I have to do. I don't blame Susie, Betty, and Bob. I don't do that type of stuff. I learned to look at myself. And when you look at yourself, you learn your lessons, and you learn to just slow down and be like, okay, like, one step at a time, but I'm gonna get it together, I'm gonna get it right, because I'm gonna stay dedicated, I'm gonna stay focused, I'm gonna concentrate on my own path, my own life. And I don't care what nobody else say. I don't care if my life does not look how people think it's supposed to look. I don't care. I'm okay with how it looks, because I done experienced everything. I done been through everything. I done learned my lessons. So if this is how it's looking right now, this is how it's gonna look. But I know where I'm headed. I know where I'm going. Right? When you know, you know. If you know, you know. So yeah, that's my message. That's my message. Start learning to go at your own pace. And I feel like it's a message that need to be heard. Because I feel like we live in a world where we do compare ourselves to other people. You know? And honestly, truthfully, that's not fair to you. Because you're, like, amazing. So, like, who you are, like, deep down inside, like, is what makes you unique. So, that's last video. Like, being able to dig deep inside you and really figure out who you are. You realize that, hey, like, yeah, I made mistakes. Yeah, I've been through this. Yeah, I've had to do, But now I get to live in my truth. I'm confident in my life. I know where I'm headed. I know who I am. So I'm gonna take my time. It doesn't have to look like Kim's life or Randall's life. I don't know. It doesn't have to look like their life. I'm taking my time with my life. I'm going at my own pace, because I actually know where I'm going. A lot of people are going nowhere fast. Like, they don't know. They're going really, really fast, but they're going nowhere. Like, they're going nowhere. And if you follow that image, that's going to be you too. So you have to figure that out for yourself. You have to slow down and figure out, am I in the category of going nowhere fast? Am I in that category? And if so, figure out why. Your reason why you're trying to obtain this, obtain that. Figure out why. Is it because I need to be validated? Is it because I feel less of myself when I don't have this or that? Like, why? What is the purpose behind it? And then fix it, correct it, have a better mindset about it. Because I'm telling you, like I've been saying, once you slow down, once you go at your own pace, it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. It's going to come, I'm telling you. And it be the little things. Like, it's never the big, like, blessings are never the big. Like, I'm not going to say that. A blessing can be big. It can be big. It can be big. It can shock you. It can be like, oh, okay. But what I've honestly truly learned is, like, I don't need my blessings to be huge. I think even if I'm blessed with something like crazy big, I still prefer the little small ones, because they make the hugest impact. So far, the small blessings that I didn't know I even needed have made the biggest impact on my life. Or what we think is a blessing, I would probably think, like, what most people think is a blessing, I probably wouldn't look at it as a blessing. I'd be thankful, but I think blessings are just, the ones you didn't know you needed. It's the little things. It's the little things, that we're blessed to use the little things. So, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Learn to go at your own pace and just watch how better life gets. Like you just, you know, you're okay with where you are because you know who you are and you know where you're going. So you're okay with, you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to, if you're on a path where it requires you to obtain something or, I'm not saying it like that. I'm talking about those who have the wrong mindset behind why they are obtaining the things they're trying to obtain or doing the things that they're doing. In case you didn't hear that in the message at all. But yeah, you know, so go at your own pace, you know. Yeah, so that it's basically for people who, like I said, people that need to like evaluate, right? And just see like, am I somebody that's just going nowhere fast? Am I chasing after things? Am I comparing myself? Am I trying to go get this because, I feel like I'm not good enough? Am I trying to do this because I feel like I need to have it because this is what society says we need to have and this is what society says this is what it look like because, money bag yo got, I'm just an example. That's just an example. It's just an example. He got diamonds, so I need diamonds. He got a bad woman, I need a bad woman. That could be anybody. It could be a regular person as well. Like, my homeboy got a wife, I need a wife. What? No. That's not how we should think. That's my message. Like, the way we think, the purpose behind what we do should not be the examples I just used. It's plenty more. Recognize the way you're thinking when it comes to the things that you're doing in your life. Recognize, like, understanding your reason why you're doing it is very important. Like, your reason why is important for sure. What I learned from my mentor is that everything we want is not everything that we need. It's not always a good thing. So my mentor taught us like to be okay with God's yes. When God says yes, be okay with it. And when God says no, be okay with it. Because on my faith life, I know that God knows what's best for me. So if God is like, if I want something and God is like, no, I have to be okay with it. And if I do want something and God says yes, then yay, let's do it. So it's just, yeah, it's that type of thing. Like, not everything we want is what we need. It's not always the best. It's not always good for us. So we have to be careful about the things that we are wanting and desiring as well and going after. Because you could go and get it, and at what cost? For example, the example I just used, I'm gonna wrap it up after this. Oh, my homeboy got a wife, so I want a wife. Homeboy probably going through. He probably going through it. You know what I'm saying? But also, if you have that thought, like, I'm gonna go get a wife because the homeboy got a wife, so then you will get married. But homeboy, his marriage is good, but your marriage is not good. But because your reason why is because you felt like you needed to settle down and have a wife and have kids, now you like literally stuck. So it's like you gotta be careful about your reason why and the things that that you think you want in life. Because the things I thought I wanted, God was like, God didn't even. I was just talking about this with somebody. It's not even that God like said no, you cannot have it. God just sat me down and slowed me down and allowed me to continue to go at a steady pace. That I began to realize, okay, Nate, I actually might not want 4 kids. I actually might not even want to get married. Not exit. And I was telling somebody this. I just be having conversations crazy. But I was telling my homeboy this on the phone because he was like, Nay, like you know you want, like, no, it's not something that I desire. It's not something that I. If it happens, it happens. Like if it happens, okay, it was supposed to happen. If it doesn't, like I told him, like, even if I adopt a kid, I'm going to be satisfied because I'm okay with my life. I'm happy with my life. I'm satisfied with how my life is. You know, if it's the if a husband is God's yes, if God says yes to a husband, cool. If he says yes to kids one day, cool. But I've learned, like, that's not, God just showed me and taught me as he slowed me down, right? Because, for example, I was in a relationship and he wanted kids. We wanted to get married, we wanted to have kids eventually, right? I wanted to get married before I had kids. He wanted kids. So, but he did want to get married too, but it was something that he, wanted to, like, also take his time on. But he wanted kids too for, like a legacy type thing. He wanted, kids to have his last name, et cetera, right? So that was like the plan. Like, eventually we're gonna get married, we're gonna have kids, right? I'm single now, and I've been single for a while. And as I was just saying, like, God taught me, like, God showed me, like, now do I even really want, like, is that even really something that I want? So just imagine if I was in that relationship and I had a kid and I got married, I probably would have been miserable. Like, I probably would have been like not saying that I wasn't gonna do my wifely duties, or I'm not gonna take care of my kids. Of course, that's just who I am. That's my character. That's who I am. Like, if I'm married to you, I'm dedicated to you. If I got kids, my kids is good. You know what I'm saying? But I probably would have been miserable because at the time I wasn't questioning, like, are you? No, I was like all in. Like, this is the plan. This is what we're gonna do, right? I'm cool. But now that God has given me time to really continue to go steady and slow on my path, now I get to recognize and see, like, wow, I probably would have been very miserable if I would have had kids. If I would have put that ring on my finger, So it's that type of energy. Like, really, you have to really, like, slow down and really question the things that you want and desire in your life and why you are wanting and desiring them. What's the reason behind it? Because it could be trauma too. You could want something because somebody else wanted it for you, or wants it for you, or has tried to instill it in you all your life. So you think, okay, well, if this has been instilled in me, then this must be how it's supposed to go. No, you the only one that gotta live your life. So you really have to learn to slow down and evaluate. So I'm really thankful because I'm not judging, but there's a lot of people who are, who didn't get the chance to slow down and really think, am I really somebody who want kids? Am I really somebody who want kids? Or did just, like, grandma and granddaddy say, like, the goal is to get married and have kids? Like, that's what we do. That's tradition. You're supposed to settle down one day and have kids and have a husband or have a wife. you know? And so with that mindset, that's your goal in life, right? But then you reach that goal, but you're not happy. You're miserable, right? So that's what I mean by you have to really slow down and really figure out, like, is this even what I really want? Is this really even how I'm supposed to live my life? Like, somebody said the other day, like, people just take things and they don't even question. Like, we just in this world, we just take things for what it is. We don't even question it. We don't ask questions. It's like, okay, yeah, this is how it's going to go. Yeah. We got to ask questions. We got to ask questions. We got to dig a little bit deeper. We can't just go with everything. Like, that's, I don't know. But, yeah. Learn to go at your own pace. Learn to do that. For sure. Know your reasons why. Know who you are. Because when you're confident in who you are, when you know who you are, when you're confident in your path, you know where you're going, like I've been saying, it don't matter what nobody say. Your life don't gotta look like nobody else's. It's not slow and steady with no race. Go at your pace. Everybody rushing. Everybody trying to get to this, trying to get to that. They don't even know why they're trying to get to this and trying to get to that. They don't even know why. They just trying to do it. But why are you doing it? For what? And when you get it, do you really think it's gonna make you happy? Or you just getting it to say you got it? Having it just to say you have it. Just so you can post it. But I'm going too far on me. I'm just being real. Like, I said this last episode. I'm probably going to say some stuff that people are not going to like. But I'm not here to, like, my messages is not to make people feel good about themselves. It's to keep it real. So you can really keep it real with yourself. You know? So you can really learn something. You know? So you can really apply it. Because it's real. Like, it's real. It's really real. Like, are you really happy? Are you really satisfied? Like, after you go and get all the, I want to know. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I really want to know. So, no, and everything that you're doing, like, go at your own pace while you're doing it. And everything. Know why you're doing it. Know the purpose behind it. Make it make sense. You know? Make it make sense for real to you, to your heart. Like, one thing I said, ain't nothing really real out here no more. Ain't nothing really genuine. Everything is for show. Don't let your life be for show. Don't let your life be for a show. Your life is not a show. You are not entertainment. Your life is real. Handle your life with care. That's your life. You only get to live it once. So handle it with care. Take your time with it. I hate to say take your time because I don't want to put that message out there like take your time. But it's more so just like it's just a message of like focus on your own life, you know, and know why you're doing what you're doing. You know. And what's that other word I mean? Concentrate. Focus. Concentrate. All that other stuff don't matter. I'm about to start singing the song, but that's the message, man. Like, and it's not gonna resonate with everybody. It's not gonna, of course, there are also people who are going their own pace. Yes, it's some people out there who don't care what nobody thinks. It's people out there. I'm one of them people. So I know it's people out there too. But I know it's also people out there that struggle, because I've struggled. So I know it's people out there that struggle. It's okay. It's okay. Like, I don't be talking to some people that deal with the stuff I talk about. It's okay. But you can change that. You don't got to keep living like that. You don't got to keep doing. No. It's okay. One thing somebody says, like, one thing I don't like is when people say they're going to always be with it. No. You can, like, it's possible. Man, change is possible. You ain't got to always, like, if you feel like I'm never going to change, I'm going to always be this person, it's always how it's going to be. That ain't good. That's not good. That's not good. I'm just straight to say that's not good to think like that. That's not a life to live, That's not a way to think. Especially when you want a life of fulfillment. Because some people say that, but they desire, you want to know why? You want to know why a person like that is not going to ever be, like, or not fulfilled? It's because they feel like they cannot, they're going to always be the same as all, like they don't believe in change. They don't got no hope in changing themselves. Their life changing. So it's you gonna always go through it. But it's like, if that's how you feel, like, you cannot complain either. You gonna have to change it. It starts with yourself. It starts with slowing down too. So that is all for you guys. I really enjoy. I cannot wait for. I'm so excited to talk about sacrifices. Like, I don't know. That's gonna get a little deep because, yeah. But it's been doing great. Y'all have a great, great night. Y'all have a better week. I love you guys from my heart to yours. Good night.